The Game Awards. We're already logged in, so we're gonna vote. We're gonna cast our votes. Let's start from all these, like down here, and then we'll work our way up. We will begin from Best Esports Team, and we'll work our way up the Game of the Year awards. It's probably gonna lag a little bit, because people are still voting en masse. So the ones that I have no opinion for, and the ones that I know nothing about, I'm not gonna vote. I'm just gonna skip them, right? So for example here, like Team Liquid, Mobile Legends, I didn't even know that Mobile Legends was an esport. Dota 2, I don't watch. Counter-Strike 2, I don't watch. Energy, Valorant, I don't watch. Gen G? But those were not even, this was not even the team that won the Worlds, right? T1 won the Worlds. Okay, so I'm not gonna vote here. We're just gonna pass, okay? Let's go to the previous one, because if we go to the next, it's gonna be the first one. Nobody really cares. It's true. It's true. Oh, about esports? A lot of people do care about esports. A lot of people watch them. You would be surprised at how, even in Greece, how popular they are in certain circles. So, on the same vein as the previous one, right? Esports athlete, I don't know. Let's see. Oh, I know Kakeru from Street Fighter. I know Kakeru. I think I know Menard as well. I watched, like, the finals. These are from Evo, I'm pretty sure. These guys both won their respective... They were on the final of Evo. I think they were facing each other. If I were to give it to someone, I would give it to Kakeru. But I'm not gonna, because I don't really know what everybody else did, okay? Best esports game. Oh, this is League of Legends, okay? Like, everybody knows it. Valorant, sure, yeah. Mobile Legends, like, yes, sure. The Temu, League of Legends from Temu. Dota 2, League of Legends from Temu. And then Counter-Strike 2. I'm not a big Counter-Strike fan. I liked Counter-Strike when I was playing with my friends with LAN back in my day in an internet cafe. That was really fucking cool. We had a lot of fun. Counter-Strike, that was 1.6, by the way. But yeah, League of Legends, we know it, right? We all know it. Content Creator of the Year. Okay, for a streamer or content creator who has made an important positive impact in the community in 2025. Like, if I have to vote one of these people, because I have watched a little bit of Sakura Miko, like a little bit of Kaizenat. His content is not really my thing, but I respect the fuck out of him for what he's done. Cadril, I haven't watched. The Burnt Peanut I've heard about, but I haven't watched. But I've watched like some clips. He's really funny. But I think Moist Critical gets my vote here. I think Charlie gets my vote here just because of the fact that I consume way more of his content. Most anticipated game. Well, this is where gaming comes in the Game Awards. And you know what? I'm not excited for any of them. That's the thing. I do have faith in CD Projekt Red still. So I would probably go for The Witcher. Resident Evil Requiem, I haven't played a single Resident Evil game. Marvel's Wolverine, I do not care about Marvel games anymore, man, and superhero games. I'm so out of that phase. Grand Theft Auto 6, if you know me, if you've been here for a while, you know. If you don't know, I don't like realistic settings. Having said that, if you like GTA, if it's your thing, if it floats your boat, good for you. I don't like it. I'm not excited about it. I will not buy it, and I will not be playing it. Just FYI, in case you're expecting it. So I'm not doing it. First Light, I have seen that, but I am very biased in games that are inspired by already established franchises. They're most of the time not good. If this turns out to be good, that's okay. That's good. But still, pretty realistic for my liking, the setting, that is. So I will go for The Witcher 4. I'm not extremely excited for The Witcher 4 because, again, I don't know if it's gonna try to be like The Witcher 3, if it's gonna try to do something innovative, if it's gonna be any good, to be honest with you, because I've been burned so many times with sequels and stuff like that. I don't know. I'm kind of very pessimistic about The Witcher 4, but I do hope that it's a great game, and I will be playing it 100% if it is. Best adaptation. Oh, this is gonna be a really bad one, right? Until Dawn, I have no idea about. This is really shit. I know this. The Last of Us Part 2 is... It's a disgrace, but I guess those were the only 5 adaptations that they could put here. So I guess this had to be here. It is so bad. This is horrible. Splinter Cell Deathwatch, I have no idea about, to be honest with you, but I'm not familiar with the franchise. A Minecraft movie, please, just... Can we erase this from history? Can we please pretend it never happened? I'll go with Devil May Cry. I've seen that it has pretty good animation, really cool action scenes. I haven't watched it, but I will. And, like, just by the process of elimination, this wins it for me. So here we have Best Multiplayer. And you know what? I would probably give it to Split Fiction before Arc Raiders came out. Arc Raiders, for you guys to know, is not my cup of tea. I don't like shooters. I don't really care about multiplayer games in general. So these are all not really my cup of tea. I want to try Split Fiction at some point and possibly peak. I did not really enjoy Night Rain. I played the tutorial or whatever, but I don't even like the way it plays. I don't like anything about it, even conceptually. The fact that I have to play with a champion, like with my friends as a specific champion, it's kind of weird to me. I don't like it. I've watched a lot of hours of Night Rain. My brother has played a lot. I've watched him a lot. I don't really like it. And Battlefield 6, I would never vote because, again, I'm not really into shooters. Having said that, even though I'm not into shooters, and even though I'm not into multiplayer games that much anymore, I think that what Arc Raiders has done is phenomenal. I think this is a great game. If you watch their Steam chart, it goes up all the time. Do you know why? Because people play it, and instead of, you know, a lot of people playing it and then realizing it's shit, and then, you know, the graph goes down, instead, the graph goes up because more people play it, and they return to it, and they tell their friends about it. So I think it's a phenomenal game. It is probably, maybe, from what I've seen at least, one of the best shooters that have come out this past, like, what? Maybe even 10 years? I don't know. This is compared to Helldivers 2 in terms of a release. But if they follow up, and if they, you know, the things that happened with Helldivers and Sony and all that don't happen, anything like that doesn't happen with Arc Raiders, I think this game is going to leave its mark in the multiplayer community. It's going to have a very long and healthy lifespan. Hopefully. But I think it's a great game. That gets my vote, even though it's not really my cup of tea. So don't expect me to play any Arc Raiders, but I do think it deserves Best Multiplayer of the Year. What is this? The best sports racing game? I would probably put... Oh, Rematch got a nomination. Actually, I did not see that. EA Sports? No. I would never vote it, even if it was like back in the day with against Pro Evolution Soccer. Always been the worst of the two football games. So now it's the only one that's here. That doesn't mean it should win. Rematch probably did something more innovative and pretty cool. Sonic Racing Cross Worlds I've watched. It's pretty fun. But if I were to, you know, vote something here, it would be Mario Kart World. Like, I think it's the best one out of those. I think it very easily will clear. Rematch is very, very interesting as well. Like, if I had a second vote, I would cast it on Rematch because of what it's trying to do and what it did, I think, very successfully. But yeah, this would be it for a bit. I think we're about to be getting into some really interesting, there we go, some interesting categories. So, best sim strategy game. Best game focused on real-time or turn-based simulation or strategy gameplay, irrespective of platform. One clear winner here, and it's one of the best actually, tactics games that have ever been released. Final Fantasy Tactics is possibly the best tactics game that has ever come out. The best tactical RPG. So, if you think that anybody else besides this game deserves this, you're probably on some kind of drugs or copium or whatever. I don't know. You can argue if it should be here or not because it's a remaster. That's another argument. But since it's here, it's winning. So, Donkey Kong Bonanza, Lego Party, Lego Voyagers, Mario Kart World, Sonic Racing Cross Worlds, and Split Fiction. So family play. This is a duo co-op, right? If it's a bigger family, they cannot play. So let's just eliminate Split Fiction. It's a great game. I really want to get into it because, again, it's half high fantasy, half sci-fi, which is really my thing. I love both of those. But not for this category. Here, I will probably go for Donkey Kong Bonanza is single player. I don't know any of these, Lego Party and Lego Voyagers. I was never into the Lego games. I'm pretty sure that the best Lego game was Lego Star Wars, but I've never played it. But in this case, I would probably also go for Mario Kart World. Nintendo is the family platform. They've marketed themselves as that, so they're being used by a lot of families. The chances are this has been played by far and beyond by the most families in the world, as opposed to the other ones. So what do we have here? Best fighting game. I don't know if I know enough about this year's fighting games. Fatal Fury, I've watched a little bit. Not really a huge fan. Mortal Kombat, no. Virtual Fighter 5, no. Capcom Fighting Collection. I think this was really huge. Nah, I'll just go. We'll skip this one. We'll skip this one. I don't have enough knowledge to, like, in any of them. Best RPG. Well, I think we all know what game is winning here, but let's go through them. Avowed, a little bit of a miss. I was thinking of trying it out, but after seeing a lot of stuff that I didn't like, it like very desaturated, boring, coloring in the game, it didn't really, the mechanics, the gameplay looked boring. I don't know, I didn't vibe with it at all. Kingdom Come Deliverance 2 is a game that I want to play at some point. This is like a better Avowed, essentially, but nothing to do with fantasy, but still. The perspective and everything that it does, like, it's direct competition to this. And I would say Kingdom Come Deliverance 2 would always win. Monster Hunter Wilds would be a legitimate nomination here if it had not shit the bed. If it had released on a better state. If it had been interesting enough for people to come back instead of going back to Monster Hunter World. And if the updates were maybe a little bit more, I don't know, impressive, interesting. So nothing of that has happened. So I don't really care about Monster Hunter World. I like Monster Hunter Wilds. I like it. I own the game. I like it. I played it day one, but they really shit the bed with Monster Hunter Wilds. The Outer Worlds 2, I have no idea. This is the only game that I have no idea about because I haven't seen it. But I have never played the Outer Worlds, the original one. But there is no competition for me here. Expedition 33 is one of the best RPGs. Because again, this is best RPG. This is one of the best RPGs that I've played during the last, like, decade. The only ones that come close to this game and can compete are Persona 5, Baldur's Gate 3, Elden Ring, and I think that's it in terms of RPGs. And that's in the last decade. This year, there is no competition. No competition. It's Expedition 33. Best action-adventure game. I don't think... This is actually a tough one, because Split Fiction is really good. I know nothing about Indiana Jones in the Great Circle. Ghost of Yoda is a pretty good game as well. Death Stranding 2 on the beat. I find the Death Stranding games, which is why I haven't played them. So again, maybe you can say that I'm a hypocrite and I shouldn't be judging. But I don't really like the type of walking simulator type of game. And now on Death Stranding 2, there is more like combat with a lot more shooting and stuff like that. But I still don't like that. That's still not my thing. So for me, it would definitely go to Silksong. Definitely. Best action game. Best game for the action genre focused primarily on combat. Well, you could also put Hollow Knight here. If you have Hades here, which is a roguelike, why can a Metroidvania not be here? That's what I'm telling you, like, it's a little bit weird, right? But Ninja Gaiden 4, I've seen. I actually want to try out at some point. It looks really fucking cool. Doom Dark Ages, I don't really care about Doom games in general. Battlefield 6, again, told you, not interested. I would definitely give it to Hades 2. I haven't played it. I've played Hades 1, but from what I've seen and heard of Hades 2, it's just more of the same. More good shit. So I think it definitely gets my vote for here. Best VR AR, I don't care about any of them. This is... I don't care about this. Best mobile game. I know of them. I don't play mobile games. I don't care about mobile games. So this is like one that I really don't care about. Having said that, Uma Musume... Yep. The best horses. Come on. What else are you gonna vote for? For this category, either Dispatch or Megapong? That's the thing. I've seen Dispatch. Like, I haven't seen it all because I'm trying to stay a little bit spoiler-free. I know of Dispatch. I don't know what Spelota is, but you know what the problem is? Indie game. What does indie game mean? This word means independent. Independent. Standful Interactive are not an independent studio. They're published by Kepler Interactive. If they have a publisher, they are not indie. Right? Clair Obscur Expedition 33 is one of the best games that I've played this past decade. It's not an indie game though. I'm sorry. It's published by Kepler Interactive. Yeah, so this also, technically, it's not an indie game. So in this case, I would probably go with Megabonk, yes. Like, this is one of the few indie games on the list, and I think the fact that it has done so much with so little. Like, it's amazing how it spread like wildfire to everyone. Like, everybody that I know that plays video games in real life, which is like a couple of people, ended up playing Megabong. It's a really fucking good game. Wait, what's this? Oh, best independent game. So they have turned indie and independent into two different things, and Expedition 33 is in both. Like, what are we doing here? Like, are we joking? For outstanding creative and technical achievement in a game made outside the traditional publishing system. Okay, so a game, this is more clear. A game that has no clear publisher, right? No big mainstream traditional publisher. In this time, like in this category, traditional publisher system means no Ubisoft, no Activision, no Microsoft, no Sony, no Nintendo, not of the traditional really big publishers. In this case, yes. I don't know Absalom. I know Ball Pit. I've seen it a little bit. It looks really fun. Not really my cup of tea. Blueprints, phenomenal game. Cannot compete. Hades 2, Hollow Knight, Silksong, great games. They cannot compete with this game. No game this year can compete with Expedition 33 when it's actually in the correct category. So yeah, Expedition 33 by far, in my opinion, by far and beyond the best one in that. What they did is monumental. And yeah, you could say, oh yeah, it's over. No, you're over exaggerating. No, I'm not. We can talk a lot about if I am or if I'm not, but no, I'm not. Raid Shadow Legends. Best community support. Final Fantasy XIV, Baldur's Gate 3, Fortnite, Helldivers 2, No Man's Sky. You know that I play Final Fantasy XIV, right? I'm not gonna vote for Final Fantasy XIV. Because, sure, they've always had a good standard of community support. But nothing was outstanding this past year. Nothing interesting. Nothing of note. Nothing that I would say, whoa, I'm definitely voting for 14 for best community support. It has good community, social media management and stuff like that, sure. But I think that No Man's Sky probably wins this. Again, this is recognizing game for outstanding community support, transparency, responsiveness, inclusive in social media. Does this mean that it responds to all people? If that's what it means, again, this 14 doesn't really work here. And game updates patches. Oh, okay. There's an argument here. So in Final Fantasy XIV, they do live letters before every patch. They do 2 live letters. So what that is like a half an hour to maybe... It's 1 hour to 3 hours, maybe 4 sometimes, depending on how big the patch is. Presentations to show what's coming up on the next patch and see like reactions from the community. These are huge. If we count this, there is no beating over Final Fantasy XIV. If best community support includes game updates and patches, there is no game in the world that does it better than Final Fantasy XIV. So I would say, yeah, sorry, but you just made my argument for me. It's fine. Yeah, so I'd said that I'm not gonna vote for it, but then I saw the definition and it's like, yeah, there's no competition. Sorry. Best ongoing game. Awarded for a game for outstanding development and ongoing content that evolves the player experience over time. Not Final Fantasy XIV. I will say that every single year I have voted for 14. The new expansion has definitely not helped with how the game is perceived. I would say that best ongoing game right now is No Man's Sky. They put that game on the map when it was in the bin. I 100% believe that out of all of these games, the best one consistently that offers the highest quality of, I guess, the ongoing experience is definitely No Man's Sky, and it's probably not even close right now. 14 would win in previous expansions before Endwalker, actually. And no, it doesn't only have to do with story, it also has to do with how much content they produced, how close the patches are to each other. Like, it's right now we are on 3.5 month cycles when it used to be 3. Content seems to be less. I hope they are remaking the first part of the game. That's what I hope they're doing. I don't think they're doing it. But I've said this many, many years ago, and I still abide by it. If this game wants to just break the cycle of people saying that it's just bad in the beginning, they should remake their first game, the first interaction the player has with the game, which is the first 100 hours of gameplay, which are pretty boring. They should really, really figure something out with that. So if they're remaking, that makes sense. I'm gonna vote them next year, but this year, No Man's Sky gets it for sure. For me, at least. Games for impact. What does this mean? For a thought-provoking game with pro-social meaning and message, Expedition 33. What is Expedition 33 here? Are you kidding me? Like, is the pro-social meaning or message just on the nose face value meaning, or are we talking about like actual shit? I don't know. I don't know any of these games. Maybe they're good. I've heard of South of Midnight. It looks really good. I like the art style, but I don't really know anything about these games. This looks very charming, actually. And I've seen this. I like the way it looks. But I haven't played them. I don't know anything about their pro-social meaning or message, so I will just skip this one. It's such a vague category. I think it's vague as we interpret it, but they probably had very specific things that they wanted to put here. Because, again, I can probably, off the top of my head, again, Expedition 33 has that type of messaging. It's just not face value, like, on the nose. You kind of have to think. What the fuck is that? Why is Assassin's Creed Shadows here? Huh? What is this category? Innovation and accessibility. Accessibility in what? Cultural appropriation? Anyway, recognizing software and or hardware that is pushing the medium forward by adding features technology. This is so shoehorned in, I actually find it annoying. Why did you have to put a failed game that almost nobody liked in here just because it's published by Ubisoft? Like, come on, everybody knows what you did here. All right? Nobody's gonna pay attention to this category, so it's like, okay, let's put Assassin's Creed Shadows in there. Right? Let's shove it in that category because nobody really cares about it. Come on, man. What is that? But the thing is, I don't know anything about the other games. So I'm probably gonna skip this one too. Because EA Sports FC, what the fuck did it do? Gambling? Introducing gambling to children? What exactly what exactly is this game doing that's helping to be played and enjoyed by an even wider audience? Your credit card can now be redeemed in a very, very fast way. You can pay like this even if there are no adults around or something. I don't know, man. This is really stupid. Doom the Dark Ages, again, I haven't played it. Atomfall, you guys are saying I haven't played it, so I don't know. You might be right. South of Midnight, again, I'm not really sure what helped in South of Midnight. I'm pretty sure South of Midnight is a narrative-based action game, right? Narrative-based action-adventure game. So I'm not really sure what's innovative in that. Because this is innovation, right? But maybe it has like some innovations, I'm not sure, but I'm just gonna move on because I don't really know enough about these games. I'm not gonna put anything. Whoa! What is this? You know what? At least they were fair here. Best performance. Awarded to an individual for voiceover acting, motion, and performance capture. Ben Starr, Charlie Cox, and Jennifer English are all from Expedition 33, and their performances were amazing. Eric Aishi from Ghost of Yotei. I haven't played the game, so I don't really know. I have seen and heard enough gameplay because I have watched streams of Ghost of Yotei because I know I won't play it because it's not really my cup of tea. Oh! Konatsu Kato with... Konatsu Kato, right? Probably. Silent Hill F. She was really good. Oh, that's a shame because if we pit her up against, like, Ben Starr, Charlie Cox, and Jennifer English, that's a really tough act to follow. Like, you cannot... It's not fair. Her game was not as good as well, which will also definitely impact this. But she was phenomenal in Silent Hill F, guys. She was legitimately amazing. Troy Baker, Indiana game... Oh, I haven't played that, though. It might be amazing. I haven't played it yet. Troy Baker did a good job, not impactful. Okay. Konatsu-san, yes. Jennifer for me, Charlie Cox, Konatsu-san. That's the thing. 1, 2, 3, 4. Amazing performances. This one was okay from what I've seen, right? This is okay. Not amazing, not good. Like, it's a good one. It's an okay one. Like, no complaints, I guess. But 1, 2, 3, 4 are outstanding. Ben Starr kicked it out of the park as Verso. I still remember, like, the last lines that the Verso has in Mael's ending. Holy shit. I legit got goosebumps. Charlie Cox, again, on the end of Act 1. Wow. I have no idea how this guy did all that in 4 hours. Like, legitimately no idea. Although I'm pretty sure that Charlie Cox did not do motion capture. I think that Charlie Cox only did, and they were not, I'm not sure if they were motion capturing. I think they were only voice acting. But anyway, Konatsu Kato was also motion captured, like performance captured and voiceover. She did both. I think they only did the voiceover, but I might be mistaken there, but I think they only did that. Vice Versa was peak, but Jennifer Rosmell was so emotional. I really like Jennifer English's voice acting skills. She is phenomenal. Ben Starr, everything that he's played is phenomenal. Jennifer English also. Like in Baldur's Gate 3, she was also phenomenal. They're just great voice actors, man. Just great voice actors. But this is really tough because, again, Silent Hill F, again, the game was not phenomenal, but Konatsu Kato, I think, deserves it. I think she deserves it. Like, best, again, these are 4 of the best voiceover performances that have been done, possibly in the last decade. The fact that they are all here on the same year is actually kind of sad because I have to choose between them. What we're judging here is like the performance in that specific game. So in that case, I would probably give that... Again, Konatsu Kato, she did such a phenomenal job, man. Konatsu-san probably... Like, she really put her emotion and her heart in the role. And she delivered an amazing performance. Also, one thing to note is all of the other ones are English voice actors, I'm pretty sure, right? She's the only one that's Japanese, that's not English. And the emotions and everything came through even through the language barrier. Of course, I played the game in Japanese. I'm not sure if she voices it in English as well. But she was phenomenal. No, this is her. I love all of them. It's so, the moment I saw this category, I was like, it's either Ben Starr or Jennifer English for me. But then I saw Konatsu Kato, right? And she was phenomenal. She gets my vote. Best audio design. Again, Battlefield 6, probably great audio design. Clear Expedition 33, in-game audio and sound design, phenomenal. But its music is what hits, not necessarily the sound design. Although the parry system is very heavily, and parrying and dodging is very heavily dependent on the sound design, and that is really good. But if we're going for sound design, I would give it to Silent Hill F. Again, Silent Hill F is not even in my top 10 games of this year, probably. The things that it does, it does it amazingly well. This game has phenomenal sound design. This was actually very well put. I'm glad that they give... It's not gonna win. Expedition 33 is probably gonna win it, or Battlefield 6 is gonna win it, or maybe Death Stranding even too. This is not as popular. But again, we're just voting our best audio design. I would definitely think that this is the best one out of these. I've seen some Battlefield 6 gameplay, like, it's good, but it's what you'd expect. Expedition 33, again, very dependent. The battle system is to the sound design. Still, not as impressive as whatever Silent Hill F has done. Ghost of Yotei, basically like Ghost of Tsushima, pretty good, nothing special. But my vote goes to Silent Hill F for audio design. Again, we're voting for audio design. We're not voting on game of the year. This audio design, the audio design of this game, I finished it. I got all the endings, or at least the bad, the good, and the true. The audio design was phenomenal. It gave me goosebumps even like 40 hours in when I knew what was about to happen. It was that good. Extremely immersive. Again, the quality of the game and stuff like that, like, we can talk about the story. I loved the story. We can talk about the very intrusive combat and all that. Sure. But audio design, no competition. Best score and music. Okay. Yeah, okay. If anyone says that any other game deserves it than Expedition 33, I don't know what type of like drugs they're doing, but I want some, right? There's no way anything else other than Expedition 33 wins best score and music. The fact that Expedition 33 was not nominated in the Grammys for the best video game soundtrack is the most dumb thing I've ever seen from like the media, the mainstream media industry. Is so stupid. This game has one of the best soundtracks I've ever heard in a video game. And that comes from someone that does play JRPGs a lot, and JRPGs tend to have phenomenal soundtracks, like Persona 5. This is all the way up with Persona 5's soundtrack. Persona 5, Final Fantasy X, Final Fantasy 7, Chrono Trigger. Like, games with so memorable, amazing music, such memorable and amazing music, this game is up there with them. I have no idea how it could not be nominated for a Grammy, but for a Grammy, for a Grammy, but 100% absolute winner here, no competition. Art direction, sorry, but Clear Obscure wins again. Best art direction? Oh no, here we disagree. Oh, actually, do we disagree? Hades 2, well, first of all, Death Stranding and Ghost of Yotei just, no. I have no idea why they're here. Hades 2, Silk Song, and Expedition 33. Oh, I can argue for all of them, dude. This is tough. This is actually a tough one. People don't respect the Chinese song. They're goated. Wu-Chang OST is goated. What were the other ones, actually? You know what? Wu-Chang came out this year, and Wu-Chang did have great music, actually. Yeah, why is Ghost of Yotei here? Like, this should have been Wu-Chang, possibly. I've listened to, like, music from this game. It's not that impressive. It's good. It's atmospheric. It's, you know, immersive, but we're talking about best score, right? I would argue Wu-Chang has better score than this. I agree with you, Flux. Those two games probably don't have as good of a soundtrack as Wu-Chang. And Wu-Chang was ignored. I can agree with that. Wu-Chang would not win best score. Expedition 33 clears. It's not even a competition. It's a great game, has great music. Not even close. Not even close. But it should have been at least nominated, in my opinion. Also, why was Wu-Chang not nominated for action? What the fuck? What? I just now realized that. It definitely should have been. There have been some games that... Why is Battlefield 6 in action and Wu-Chang isn't? Anyway, let's move on. It wouldn't win. Hollow Knight still wins. But still, the nomination means something. But they tend to be very biased towards Western developers and publishers. Especially publishers. The only Eastern publishers that make it through most of the time is like Square Enix and Sony and stuff like that. Like the very mainstream ones. So best art direction. I love the art direction of Expedition 33. I love everything about it, including the music. But if we're talking about like the visuals, I think that it's probably gonna be Hades 2 here. I don't know, man. It's really difficult. Hollow Knight is great too, but I don't think it wins over Hades 2. So it's between Hades 2 and Expedition 33 for me. These two are out of there. Doesn't matter. So I don't know, man. I don't know. This is really difficult, actually. Okay. I'm probably gonna go with Hades 2 here. Just because I love this type of, like, coloring. The way they do the colors in Hades 1 and Hades 2. It's very, very close. Extremely close. But I will go with Hades 2 on this one. Best narrative. Okay. Okay, like, what exactly are we gonna do here? Like, we're gonna sit here and pretend like this is not the winner? This is the winner. Best story, best narrative, and everything that's adjacent to the story. Music, everything that's close to it and feeds on it and feeds it. Expedition 33, no competition. If I were to do a second one, like Silent Hill F's narrative is great. The gameplay aspect is the problem. The combat is the problem. Narrative is great. The way they told the story, they actually made me care about a story about a 14-year-old high school girl. And they actually immersed me into thinking that I would make the same decisions as she did. So that takes skill, okay? Game's decent. Game's really good in some aspects. But anyway, there's no competition. Expedition 33, like, let's not even pretend we're gonna vote for anything else, okay? For best direction, the games are Dead Fiction, Hades 2, Ghost of Yotei, Death Stranding, and Expedition 33. I'm gonna give it to Expedition 33. I think they did a phenomenal job. I don't think they could have done anything more. Like, it's a phenomenal how, if we're talking about, like, in the cutscenes, if you've noticed, sometimes it goes black and white, but not only it goes black and white, but the ratio of the screen changes. That's to reflect a moment of tension. That is to signify that you have to pay attention here. They did an amazing job throughout this game with every little small thing that I could find. I cannot even nitpick stuff here. So I give it to Expedition 33 with eyes closed. And for the last one, the big one, Game of the Year, Kingdom Come Deliverance 2. Probably well deserved to be here. Haven't played it, have seen a lot of good things about it. Definitely deserves. Hollow Knight Silksong, of course. Hades 2, of course. Donkey Kong Bonanza. A lot of people were not surprised by this being here. I was one of those people. This game looks incredible. Nintendo really cooked with this one. But in any other year, along with Death Stranding on the beach, they might have had a chance to win Game of the Year. I think this year, this clearly goes to Expedition 33. One of the best games that I've played during this past 5 years. Maybe the best one. One of the best during the past 10 years. This is gonna be a runner-up in Game of the Decade for me. Not just Game of the Year. Because Decade would be back to 2015. And my Game of the Decade is Nier Automata. If we go 15 to 25. But Expedition 33 is just phenomenal. If I were to put my games that I would put in a Game of the Decade award, would be Expedition 33, Elden Ring, Nier Automata, Persona 5, and what's another one that I would put if I were to put 5? And Baldur's Gate 3. Those would be the 5 games that I would put there. I'm probably leaving a lot of great games out, but I don't think that any of the other games come close to these 5. I think they're phenomenal. Yeah, so those were my votes for the Game Awards, man. I do not vote for everything because, again, some of them I don't really know, I'm not familiar with. I'm not gonna speak for things I'm not familiar with at all. But yeah, this game deserves all the accolades and the respect that it can get. It's very well deserved. And I really hope to see more from them. I know they're making something akin to a DLC or something. I don't know if it's going to be an expansion or a DLC. It depends on how long and what it will add, but it's really exciting to know that more is coming. And I'm pretty sure that they're working on another game in the Clair Obscur series, as they named it. They say that Clair Obscur is the name of the series, Expedition 33 is the name of the game. So there's going to be another Clair Obscur game. And just let them cook. Give them time, and they can make, with the same philosophy, another great game. Is it going to be as good as Expedition 33? I don't know. But I hope. I very much hope it will be. But yeah, that's pretty much it for the Game of the Year awards. By the way, like on YouTube and subscribe